They can sing, they can dance. After all, this is Fire Emblem Heroes. Greetings and salutations. My name is Deltran, helping you build killing machines so you get the most out of Fire Emblem Heroes. Taking a look at the latest batch of killing machines coming out of the Performing Arts banner. This is a month-long banner whenever it first came out. Let's just go ahead and jump right into this. And the first hero we're taking a look at is Olivia, Festival Dancer. She is exciting to me because she is the first dagger user that is a dancer. That's pretty cool, I think. Also, her outfit's awesome. I love the art across the board, honestly. It's good for all of them. Her outfit in particular is really, really nice. So she's a dagger user. She has a fan. It's actually a fan instead of a dagger. So this little tip there. But if she swings it at you, is that fan service? Alright, I'm not taking that joke out, but I do admit it was bad. 10 might, which is good for a dagger. In addition to a nice steep debuff of 7 to defensive stats, she gives you 7 hit points to all the allies adjacent. That's a free Breath of Life 3. She doesn't have a C slot. If you throw another Breath of Life 3 on there, you have a wonderful pseudo healer for really no investment. Distant Defense 3, that's great to see that on another unit. That gives us some hope here. Looking at the little screenshot there, which are now fully powered up units, I'm hoping she has speed comparable to normal Olivia. That would be great. Some things we can do there and abuse there for that. So it seems like she has a bit of bulk to her. She should be able to heal people without much of an issue. And Blaze Dance 3 is a brand new skill. Whenever you activate Shigure Dance, you also grant +4 attack. That sounds pretty cool. The vanilla Olivia has +4 attack. I have a small concern about this, but you know, I'm going to voice that at the end. Otherwise, you know what? You could either go with Breath of Life, or you could put a different C slot down there, and you're going to buff up somebody really, really well for a unit that is support. There's just so much support here that they would fit into almost any team. So the more I look at this, the more I like it. Next up is Inigo, the Indigo Dancer. We're talking about the first green dancer. This is awesome. It's a tome user. I don't know how I feel about that, to be quite honest with you, but the dancer's rings, decent enough might, gives the hit point bonus to everybody around, which is good. Dance as what we've been expecting from this banner. Gale Dance 3 is the B slot here, granting +4 whenever I dance someone, and a Hone Attack 3. So here's your buffer right here. Just, you don't have to do too much else. Just slap an A slot on there and good to go. It is my personal hope that while I know that this is not going to be the next nuking green mage, I hope that Inigo is a good green mage when it comes down to it, because that's going to really differentiate whether or not you see a lot of Inigo or not, and I really hope that we do. Next up is Azura, Lady of Ballads. I'm glad to see her dark outfit. It's just good to see. I don't know how to pronounce that particular character there, so I'm just going to Americanize it and say Erder. It sounds terrible. Legendary weapon, though, which is great. And whenever you dance someone, they get attack, speed, defense, and resistance +3. What, a free fury without any of the drawbacks? Yes, please. That is great. Of course, she has Sing, Triangle Adept. Well, she doesn't have her Sapphire Lance anymore, so I guess, you know, you need to keep that around. And Drive Res 2. Here it is, Drive Resistance. I don't know what I think about it. I mean, I was expecting it to come, but I don't know. Is 3 resistance really going to save you? That's a different thought for later. Otherwise, I'm really excited about that spear. I think there's a lot of potential to have her just sub out for the normal Azura. That's just my opinion, though. And lastly, we're looking at Shigure, and he is a dancer, one of the ones that was leaked, blue tome user. Pretty nice. Dancer score does the healing bit once again. We got Sing, Geyser Dance 2, grants defense and resistance, which I think is actually really nice, getting both of those all in one. The idea that defense and resistance are separated in so many other things, I'm not down with that anymore. Whenever I saw this, I didn't see power creep. I thought it's about darn time. So that's actually nice that they have that there. And Blue Tome Valor, you know, some people are like, oh, the Valor skills, who cares? I'm a huge fan of them. I know that it doesn't give you a benefit in-game, but you know what? It lets me do things a lot faster, and I have enough to do with my time, guys. I don't know about you. Not saying he's worth pulling for this skill alone, but I'm not saying that he's not worth pulling for this skill alone either. So let me go ahead and just rattle off a few opinions to you guys. Overall, general thoughts on this banner. When I first saw it, I was disappointed, but that was probably because I thought we were going to get like a Halloween banner or a fall banner. I didn't think we'd get a Warriors banner, but I thought we would be getting a really big themed banner. I did not think that we would be getting a themed banner of this nature. And so it made me a little disappointed, I will admit. Once I cooled down and I walked away and I came back and I took a look at this, there is a lot to like here, especially if the stats are good. That is one of the biggest things. We don't have the stats for these guys, but taking a look here, I wouldn't necessarily say, oh, pull these guys to replace a dancer or to give the skills to the dancers you already have, but there are a few here that are definitely going to be replacements, and 2 of them are brand new in their class, since you can't give dance to just anybody. 2 of them are brand new in their class. That's worth looking into. Having Olivia as a dagger user, having Inigo as a green tome, that is pretty exciting. Now, the stats of these guys are really going to determine whether or not they will replace anything or if they're simply additive. And when it comes down to it, I think it's been proven that just having a dancer by itself is usually enough, but I would love to see the flexibility there. I mean, once in a while, if you give Azura even just let her keep her speed, actually. You know, speed +3, honestly. You don't have to do too much. But if you give her Moonbow, she's a great defender that lets you block things that come in, especially red. Can take care of red. Olivia, if you give her Ruby Sword or Wu Dao, she ends up becoming a potent defender as well. She can even kill Hector easily if she's plus attack. And Ninian, while she is honestly my least favorite mechanically, she is actually rather useful. The fact that she attacks magic, there's niches for all of them, and I hope that there's slightly more than just a niche for these other people. I want to see them more. I want to see them rotated in more. I want them to be potent enough stat-wise that, yeah, they have some obvious flaws. I mean, think of some of the units we've had before. The Whipping Boy has been resistance. It's like, oh, amazing stats, but, resistance of 2, so, mages could kill them. You don't need to have resistance of 2 to have a mage kill you. I mean, honestly, I can pound through people that have a resistance of 25, 30 even, to be frank with you. That's not a big deal for that, but whatever. That's also a tangent. Coming back to what we're talking about here, I'm really, really pulling for these guys to have good stats, because while I don't want to replace a Ninu or a Julia with anyone here like Inigo, I do want to be able to say, you know what, I just need to be able to have that flexibility that dance and sing give, and you know what, I can actually go with this other hero here, because while they won't necessarily one-hit kill a bunch of things, they are going to be able to be a good check against Reinhardt, or they're going to be a good check against this particular threat, that particular threat. That's what I'm really hoping for here. So I am still cautiously optimistic about this banner, just because of that fact that, they are supporting characters, and I feel like we've already seen it before. The idea that they have these buffs that you apply after you've already sung and danced for them, I almost feel like it's too late in a way as well. When it comes down to it, there are times in the beginning of a fight where you are trying to get the most potential you need, and so they run up there, you run behind them, you dance, sing them, and they go across the field, and then they're all off on their own. So something like Erder is great because it gives that buff all the way around, something like that. So having that potential on people is really sweet. And that's basically how the computer runs dancers and singers anyway. So honestly, these would be a lot better on defensive teams than what we got right now, because of the way that the AI treats dancers and singers. So that is one huge plus right there. You automatically have extra leverage in that case. As far as everybody else goes, that extra leverage that's there, I don't see how it would be as useful, because, at least from my personal experience, many of the times whenever I use dance, it's a position or a swap, or not swap, but some other movement skill that I'm just lacking. I mean, being able to dance Nunu after she's nuked something so that she can run away and pull the dancer back with her, that's great. The buff after the fact doesn't help us then in that case. Now, of course, that just means that maybe you have other people, and this does open up other tactics. There are people who could stand in the middle of the field for a little bit. You could go ahead and move up an armor-marched armor unit up the field, dance them, have them go further. They're going to stay around, especially if there's somebody with distant counter like Hector or Black Knight. So there is a lot of utility here. But I am still sort of on the fence. I want to see how they perform. I want to see how they actually act in the field. So what do you guys think? Are you guys excited for all the new dancers, or are you sort of meh? Let me know down in the comments, and hey, do me a favor. If you like your Fire Emblem information hot and fresh like Grandma's cookies, hit that subscribe button. My name is Dale Tran. Thank you guys so much. I greatly appreciate all of you, and until next time, take it easy.